It's the Flow Friday night sports show. Mallee Netball, let's have a look at what's been going on there. And, well, a couple of very, very close matches last weekend. Nicole McMahon joins me on the line to tell us about them. Hello, Nicole. How are you?
I'm much better than I've been the previous 2 weeks. Thanks, Jason.
And rightly so. Your game wasn't one of the close ones. Unfortunately for me, my poor old Pekin District girls just weren't quite up to it in this game. Your girls were, well, grumpy. I think we said they would be last week. And they rattled off 73 goals to my poor old Pete girls 28.
Yeah, we had a ripper of a game. Really proud of how our team performed. Just a well-oiled machine is what the Peak coach, Vicky, actually said we played like. It did feel really good. I think after our previous 2 matches, which were very close, we were out on a mission to prove ourselves, and we did that. So well done, girls. It was a really great game. Gemma Rampke, I thought, stepped up in goal shooter, had a very consistent 4 quarters, and Lana running through the centre really well as well. Peak, of course, they were missing a few of their key players. Athalie McArdle, though, through wing attack, worked hard for them throughout the 4 quarters. And they did finish on a great note. Their 4th quarter, I think they only lost that by a few goals. But, yes, Lamoureux, a 45-goal victory.
Yeah, well, that's far too good. And I'm sure the Peak girls, when they get a few back, they'll be more than competitive again. They have been for most of the season. So we'll call that one an anomaly in terms of the score. But obviously, Lamoureux just too good.
Yeah, we'll take it, and it helps our percentage. I think we're on about 67%, which is a few percent above those that are above us on the ladder. So we'll take it and run.
Oh, I would, because they could be, that percentage could be all important at the back end of the year. You're exactly right. Particularly given the score lines in the other 2 A-grade games. Now, how about this? BDT, they snuck home against Karina Districts. BDT 42, Karina 40, very close.
Yes, it was. PDT snuck that win in. I think Karina were leading at 3/4 time. So there's been numerous games this year where the team that was leading at 3/4 time hasn't won it. It seems to be a bit of a trend. So you just really can't be complacent coming into that 4th quarter. Coach Emily said she had to tell her girls a thing or two, but they played a brilliant 4th quarter to come back and win. And as we've said, with that close ladder, I'm quite glad that BDT got that win over Karina. BDT's best players were Cassidy, Colt Hard and Lucy Dow. So well done to BDT. I am, yes, as I said, very happy you got that 2 points off of Karina.
Well, the next game, and I'll tell you what, that wasn't even the closest game of the round. The next one, I can't believe this scoreline, 121 goals scored in this A-grade match. It was a shootout at Murrayville, and the home side went down by 1 goal. Pinaroo 61, Murrayville 60. Wow.
Yeah, what a score. That's huge, 121 goals. So I feel for the centre players running back and forth. But I think it just shows the calibre of those goalies for both sides. Getting 61 goals for Pinaroo and 60 for Marvel was huge. Marvel, welcome back Stacey for the game, who looks like she's come back from retirement. Stacey Mercer-Bruns, it hasn't come back lightly. She apparently was, leading a really good head on that court and a good leader for those younger girls in the Marvel side. So once again, I think I'm glad that Pinaroo got those 2 points. There's going to be a few trying to sneak into this top 4, I think. Pinaroo unfortunately had a injury with Elise Schulz injuring her wrist. So bad luck to her. Hopefully she'll be back before finals, but we will wait and see.
Excellent. Well, I've got to say, another netball association, and women are traditionally more organised than men, and I love this. It's probably the 5th association after 5 games we could say this about, where the ladder looks like this, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Very organised. Pinaroo on top, 5 wins and no losses. BDT 4 and 1. Lamoureux 3 and 2. Karuna 2 and 3. Pekin District 1 win for the season. And Murrayville, despite that massive effort, top versus bottom last week, still winless. So when your top side is beating the bottom side by 1 goal in a goal fest, your competition's going pretty well.
Yeah, it is. And I think that there will be a bit of ladder movement over the next round. I don't know how that ladder will move, but I think it will. So, yeah, excited to see what the next few games bring.
Well, let's have a look at this round of matches. BDT take on Pekin District this week at Tintinara. BDT will start short pie as favourites, but hopefully my Peak girls will get a couple back.
I think they will. They're welcoming back Maddie Farley, the singing, performing, very talented goal defence. She was out doing a performance in Murray Bridge, I believe, and I think she's back this week. So she, I think, will add a lot to their team. BDT, I think, looking to settle again after last week's very close game. So I think both teams really looking to find better form. BDT only won in the first round by 9 goals. I think they will just edge forward. I think they will edge forward tomorrow. I think it will be within that 10-goal margin again.
At Pinaroo, Karina Districts head down the highway. This will be interesting. They were right in it last week. Karina, of course, as we know, but Pinaroo, a tight game for both of these sides last week. Be interested to see how they match up against each other.
Yeah, it will. And when they met in round 1, it was 15 goals to Pinaroo. Pinaroo hadn't yet welcomed Taylor Dabnett, who obviously adds strength to their in their goal ring. So I think it will be a very interesting matchup between Shaylin, Pake and Taylor. Goal defence for Karina and goal attack for Pinaroo. I'm going to say Pinaroo will edge forward, mainly because I want them to, looking at the ladder. But yeah, I think it will be a 5-goal margin.
All right, the last match of the round that we'll talk about, Lameroo, in good form last week, your girls, taking on Murrayville. You beat them comfortably in round 1, but this is a different Murrayville now.
Yeah, it is, and they seem to have been getting stronger week by week. I think they are very unlucky to not have a win in round 1. But I'm not going to say this is going to be the game for them. I think Lameroo are in pretty good form. They did win by 34 goals in that first round. Definitely won't be that margin tomorrow. I'd love it if it was. I think, though, Lameroo should be up by about 10 goals.
Should be a good weekend of netball again in Mallee Netball. Anything else before we wrap up, Nicole?
No, nothing this week. Thanks, Jason.
Excellent. You take care. Good luck on the court, and we will catch you again next week.
Thanks. I hope I'm in as good a mood next week.